tried not to give in and let myself fall again, but I'm under a trance and I can't deny this feeling. Watching all the people all around me finding truth, I can't help but wonder, do you wonder too? Were we meant for each other, but it just fell apart? Could we last forever if we start over? You kept the sun shining and turned my world into spring. I never thought my life could ever change for this one reason. If I could just go back and hold your hand falling fast and never let it go, 'cause I won't deny the feeling. Watching all the people all around me finding truth, I can't help but wonder, do you wonder too? Were we meant for each other, but it just fell apart? Could we last forever if we start over?
When we were young, you said you loved me, and we would never grow apart. We had our blood to be our bonding. I never thought you'd break my heart. We could fall through deeper, get a taste of the morning, tracing back all memories to the sandy bay. But it hurts so bad from the way that you're looking. 'Cause I know
What's up, Naked fans? This is Naked H Crusader, and let me get this light on too. Why not, right? Oof, just blinded myself. But anyway, hope you guys are enjoying your day and night, because we're about to begin the Naked Knockout. If you guys don't know what the Naked Knockout it is a 4v4 scrimmage, essentially. So 4 players versus 4 players, 1 team versus 1 team, and they'll be competing for the grand old prize of Omlet Arcade tokens, Omlet hoodies, and $100. So today is just the qualifying matches. So we got 8 different teams competing against each other. The top team that comes out of that will have a chance to go, or will go, to the championship round, and that's where the grand prizes will be. But for today, everybody is battling for Omlet Arcade tokens. So if teams win in any of the rounds, they will get our Omlet Arcade tokens. The more times they win, the more tokens they get. So as you can see, we're just waiting for our first 2 teams, and we do have other matches going on, or will be going on, right at 8 p.m. So you might be seeing on Omlet at least that there's a bunch of different teams out there, or a bunch of different streams at the same time in our squad. That's because they are all looking at different teams competing. So what are we going to do? We're going to take a look at the team list. So these are the teams. I don't know if you guys can read that. It might be a bit small for you. But for us, we got the Full Metal Gamers going up against Nemesis. That is going to be our bracket that we're going to be looking at first. So on that bottom left-hand side, yeah, I think on your bottom left-hand side, you will see that is the bracket I'll be streaming for now. And one of those teams will then move on to the second stage, as you can see on the left side. And they'll be facing someone in Group 1. Which will be with Top Gun, Blackbirds, and Fear the Toxic. And then the winner from that we'll move on to the final round today, facing up against one of the 4 teams on your right side there. And that is, if I can read, let me get this in my own hands. There we go. So on the right side, going from this, on the top, it is Zodiac, IFN, Los Potatoes, and Fade Bays. So as I said before, on the left side, we're going to be streaming the first stage with Full Metal Gamers and Nemesis. Second stage, we'll have one of the 2 teams from Top Gun Blackbird or Fear the Toxic. And then they will go into the last stage between 2 teams, and one of those teams will move on to the championship round. All teams that win, as I said before, will get Omlet Arcade tokens. It's just a matter of how many times they win. It really depends on that. So let's head over to intermission. Still waiting on the teams to hop in, and we're gonna get started at 8 p.m. when all those teams, or when those 2 teams make it in to the room. I hope you guys are excited. Let me know how you guys are feeling. If you guys are watching, I appreciate you guys. If you guys are in the chat, let me hear you guys, and I would love to talk to you about anything, pretty much. PUBG Mobile related would be appreciated, but anything's good. Let me set this up a little better. Get a whole view of me. Rather than just a fraction. How about that? That look good? Too far down? Seem alright? I think that's good. Alright. Just waiting. Appreciate you guys joining in. And I'll be looking at Discord every now and then to make sure everything looks good. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, if there's other matches going on, take a look at there. We're just waiting on these 2 teams to come in. This could be Full Metal Gamers and Nemesis. But if the other games are going on right now, head over there so you guys can continue to watch the action. It's 7:59, so we have 1 minute until game time's supposed to start. But we'll wait for a bit because both teams are not in. Once these teams come in, we'll get started on our end. That being said, if you guys are watching from Omlet, you guys will know that there's other streams going on. Take a look at that. and sees the action there. Would love for you guys to comment about those as well, because I'd like to know, who's winning those matches from the comments as well. So appreciate if you can watch over there and see what's going on. That being said, I'm just gonna be waiting here. I'm gonna be chilling. Got my music going on. Not much to do. Hopefully we'll get these guys in as soon as possible. I'm gonna have to pronounce this probably wrong. Let's go with Abishek. Thank you for joining in. Hello to you. It said Yui and GJ. Either case, I appreciate you being here. We're gonna try to get things started as soon as possible. As you know, it's gonna be 2 different teams, so a 1v1 or 4v4, however you want to say it. 1 team versus 1 team, 4 players versus 4 players. And they're going to be going head-to-head against each other. So it's not like a regular scrim where there's going to be 25 different teams or 20 different teams battling it out against each other in one map. It is going to be a mini-map. So all weapons is going to be the map. If you guys don't know, it's just a smaller map compared to normal. And yeah, all weapons are on the line. So it's just a regular match, just starting off small and just having 2 different teams. So it's no third partying is going to be happening in this one. And yeah, that's the case. That's the way it's going to be. Making sure they're not already in. Apparently they're taking their sweet time. All these teams confirmed either today or yesterday to compete, so I'm not too worried that they don't know that they're supposed to be playing. And if you guys know, this is the naked event, the naked knockout, so I'm very surprised. If not, if both teams don't show, it's just gonna have to be disqualifications on both ends, and we'll have an automatic move up from stage 2 for stage 3, whoever wins in the group number 1. Which is going to be streamed by Naked Sam right now. I don't know if that stream's going on. I'm not taking a look, but I assume it is. With Top Gun Blackbird versus Fear the Toxic. Again, head over to Naked Sam if you want to watch that action, and hopefully we'll have one of the teams here, Full Metal Gamers or Nemesis, to come in and battle it. If not, we're just gonna have to move on without them. PK Data, thank you for joining in. Appreciate it. From Omlet, I have no idea what that looks like. It's like, because I minimized my chat line, so it looks like it's just a lot of dots in random areas, but maybe I'll head over. I might be able to see it. Let's see. Oh, there it is. That looks cool. Little horse. I like the logo. Alrighty. Sorry for the wait, guys. It's these teams that are supposed to be coming in. It's going to be Full Metal Gamers versus Nemesis. I've sent the codes to the team leaders who've confirmed either yesterday or today. So it's just a matter on them. The moment they get into these rooms, we can get things started. It's 8:04. It's supposed to start at 8. So the wait is on. And yeah, I don't know what to do after that. If they don't show, then I'll be heading over to a different 1v1 or 4v4 situation with a different group and taking a look over there to see how they're doing. That being said, that's just the way it's going to roll for now. We're just going to see what happens. Haven't got notifications from the team leaders yet about their scenario. Reached out to them to make sure that they're able to come. They haven't gotten back to me in the last few minutes since it is past 8. But again, definitely go over to the other action. I know if you're watching from Twitch, you won't be able to see the other action. If you go over my Omlet page, you'll see all the other action that's going on with the other streamers. We have this stream squadding or squad streaming. That makes more sense. Squad streaming on Omlet, so it'd be easy to flip back and forth to see all the different players. Head over there if you want to see all the action. That being said, if you want to stay at Twitch, feel free, but I don't think we're going to get much right now. Just waiting on these teams until they hop in. So far, nothing.
Force the feelings away, 'cause they were never meant to stay, and it's too late to find the glimmer left behind. I'm slipping through the place that we once knew. All I can feel is you. Can we go back to where our memories don't exist and fall away and drift to where we won't be missed? Before these lights they all went dark and you and I, we fell apart with you, with you.
since we're the one. I love the way you call me little child. And I will never let you go.
Hey Celeste, can I get a shout out? It says, no, you cannot get a shout out. Nice try, bud. You're fun.
You call me in the morning, 2:30. Can tell that you are wasted, nothing new. I get out of my bed to pick you up. I wonder if I'm way too good to you. Thought we were
DSG Shar, hey, good luck y'all, thank you. Good luck to all the teams for sure. We're gonna try to get things started soon. Again, I know I haven't been talking much. It's really because I'm trying to figure out where these teams are. We have one player from one team in the room, as you can see. At least that's when I last checked. Let me just make sure. Yeah, oh no, we got two now. So they got two players at least. The other team, which is supposed to be Full Metal Gamers, has not showed. Apparently is a no-show. I don't know why. Legend coming in though with their team Nemesis, so we might just stick with them to move on to game 2. But we'll see.
You always give me color, painting black.
So right now, game 2, Naked Sam is running that already. So if you guys are watching from Omlet, go ahead and look over there at Naked Sam's. He's got some games going on. So that way we always have some action for you guys. This is kind of a contingency plan. And yeah, so whoever the winner is at for Naked Sam, we're just kind of, I guess the teams in my room here, as you can see, with Legend and Cobra moving on to game 2, which is kind of nuts, but okay. Where's the other team? Yeah, good question. Just make sure we're on the same page here. So right now, not a lot going on, as you guys are aware. Let me see what I can do though about that. Maybe we can watch something going on, because I don't want you guys to be doing nothing. That would be insane. So let's see what we can do. I know, blank screen, but give that a sec. Let's see what we can try to get things done. None of those. Streamlabs, settings for Windows. Let's try this one. See if I can get it. Not that. Maybe I'm not able to, but I'm trying. I'm trying to get to you guys so you can see something. That'll be very important to me, at least, if you guys can. No. Aha. This is something.
As Alice was able to move back a little bit, Aaron and Luna
So this
are
is Sam's
still up
watching
front.
the games
Prada
here.
has pushed back a little
Perfect.
further,
This will work.
as now Money and Blue are going across the street. You've got Havoc with only a revolver on top of the roof.
So this is Top
Let's
Gun.
see how interesting
Blackbirds.
this will be. And you've also got Tyr right next to him on the other roof, gonna get up on top
Let's see
again.
which team they're facing. I forgot. They're facing up against Fear the Toxic. So that's not team
He
number
wasn't
2 you
able
see
to
in
land
green.
any shots on Lunu,
Looks like Tyre's trying to get some hits on them with the Uzi.
as now all three of them push back to one building. As you still have Blue and Money trying to push up. Money being hurt very bad as he was crossing the street. It appears as Blue was able to hit some shots on Prada, and Tyr was able to get the knock on Prada. Very well up here. As Blue's going to throw a smoke to try and cross the little path right there.
So he's got a UMP.
As now
Not a
Alice
bad
has
short
moved
range
in
weapon.
with her team.
Make sure to give Sam a
Havoc is
follow,
taking some
guys. I really
damage right
appreciate
there.
if you can.
As I said earlier, he only has his revolver.
Man, one person has a revolver.
Money is now healed
Yikes.
up on top of the roof.
Oh, he has that.
He's got his M762.
Oh, that's a different player. M762 and the Uzi, I guess. They
He
have
sees
eyes on him,
Aaron.
but I guess they just keep missing him because they're not getting the knocks.
As they shoot up, and Tyr is going to knock Aaron again. That is the second time Aaron has been knocked. As Linu is stuck in the circle, Blue was knocked and finished. And Havix is knocked over to this side. As now it is a 2v4 situation, or really a 3v2 situation, with Tyr and Money up top. Aaron was able to be picked up. He landed a couple shots on Alice, it appears. They're going to have to really try to get Havix, and hopefully they don't finish him. Aaron, I don't believe, has any more heals. As Prada's going to wait for them to go and get Havix. They're not going to thirst, so hopefully they can come. They will go get him. As Money's Mazel Tov cocktail was just a little bit short. Is pushed up a little bit in front.
Game right here. They know where each other are. They've been playing this trench warfare for a bit now. Interesting. Now, obviously, using the TPP, they're trying to look around.
Caught on Alice.
Looks like now they are getting a knock.
He was going to get knocked as he was trying to push back by Linu.
Ooh, through the smoke.
And Money was able to knock Linu through the smoke, landed a couple nice hits, but not before Aaron can get back to knock it or pick him up. So excellent work from
There you go.
Fear the Toxic as they will move on to round
TG
2.
was taken out.
Alice coming in with 2 kills, Linu and Prada both.
So this was round number 3. So Toxic is going to continue on. Fear the Toxic.
So congratulations on to them.
So you hear that? And we're going to get that information out now for the rest. I'm going to head over to my stream and back over to here. And then we're going to use this room still for the rest of the teams. So I know there's some background music, but I'm just going to continue on because I need to write some stuff into chat. Alright. Not into chat, but in Discord, because that's where everything's really happening, guys. All that information being spread out to people. We use Discord in order to inform everybody.
Naked Crusader will be opening
the
game or the room for stage 2, as it will be Fear the Toxic versus Nemesis, as the stage 2 will start here in just a couple minutes.
Alright, so let me get that room information. Here we go. And
So we will wait for Crusader to send the room codes out.
just did. So now the room codes are out to both teams. They can both head in now. I'll also send them direct messages to make sure that they get the information, the right information. So we can get things started as soon as possible. That's what I would like to see. I haven't gotten anything yet, and I like the action. That's what I want. I want to see all of it, but I'm not getting it yet. Hopefully this will cure everything by getting these teams in there as soon as possible.
Again, I'd like to just give a little promotion out there to FBO Esports, as they will be hosting a all-female scrim, a duo scrim actually, next Friday, July 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you do not have the FBO Discord server, go ahead and check it out. I know there is a link to it in the comments from Top Gun Pretty, as she has done an excellent job moderating the stream. So make sure you guys all give her a follow as well. I'd also like to thank her and her clan Top Gun, as they were able to help us out today. They helped us out more than I could ever imagine, so thank you to them.
Alright, Sam is going to be here with me to help out, and I'm also going to, because he's on a delay from my point of view, so I wish I could listen to him at the same time, but I really can't. That just wouldn't work out, so I'm going to have to mute his or turn his off completely. And, yeah, there we go. And then, we're going to get things started. Alright. KCX Go 10X Kai, just need to chat. Hello, yes, welcome. Ishi, hello, welcome to you as well. Appreciate you guys being here. I know I'm a bit late to that. I'm just trying to make sure everyone has the right information on Discord, all the teams. We got one team already in here, that is Toxic. They just won their first stage against Top Gun Blackbirds, so congrats to them. And we're going to see if they can continue on. Both teams here will be getting Omlet Arcade tokens. But it's just a matter of how much they're going to get today. And if they win the whole thing, they will get a chance to compete in the championship round, which includes grand prizes of Omlet Arcade tokens, Omlet sweatshirts, and also $100 cash. So we'll see that coming in soon. As you can see, Legend for his team on Nemesis is coming in as we speak. And I'm not sure how many people they're going to have. I'm just going to make sure they don't, because last time I checked they had 2 people, which is bad odds in general. But hopefully they can have everybody going into this one. I'm just going to message him to make sure. So they're gonna have all 4. They're telling me, at least their team leader has. So we're gonna have a nice 4v4 battle between the 2 sides. Just waiting for the rest of his teammates in, but he has told me right now they're gonna have 4 more players. Will you unlock a spectator spot? I just did. It should be unlocked, and you should be in. A little delay there, but works out perfectly. All right. Let me just make sure I have the right. Yep. Let's start that. Yep. Alright, let me know what you guys think. Which team's going to take the second stage here between these 2 teams. We got Toxic, Fear the Toxic, I should say, as they have done really well so far. So let's take a look at their team, because they have won, not by default, but by winning against Top Gun. Here we got, who are we looking at? We're looking at Aaron here. with, let's see, TPP or FPP? Which one do you prefer? Oh, definitely an FPP player. With 4.31 kill death ratio, 140 wins over 844 matches, so 16% win ratio with the top 10% of 33%. Most kills, 21, with the highest damage of 26,000, so, or 2,600. And 540 for your average damage. Pretty good numbers all around. Definitely a good kill death ratio. The most kills really peaks out on me. Having anything above 20 is really good. 30 isn't just phenomenal, but 20 is definitely a good number. 2,600, as you guys might know by now, I always say over 3,000 as your highest damage is this god tier level. So almost reaching that with 2,600 is pretty damn good. So maybe we should expect more and more out of this team. Maybe make it all the way to the championship. We'll see, as they still have some work cut out for them. Let's change it over to another teammate of them. With Prada. Prada, you are a TPP or FPP player? More of a FPP player as well, with a 10 kill death ratio. Really good, but when you take a look, only played 51 matches and tier, I'm going to say gold 2. So not many matches in a high tier, but again, all the same. Let's take a look at your stats throughout the whole thing. 22 wins over 51 matches, so that's 43% win ratio. Really good number, by the way. 68% top 10. 18 most kills with the highest damage of 2,300. 790. I really like that average damage of 790 you see in the bottom right. Not too shabby whatsoever. Obviously, all these numbers are looking pretty good. I would just say it would be better to have a higher sample size with a higher tier. It looks like she may have just started or whatever. If she did just start in PUBG Mobile because of her rank, she's already starting pretty damn well. Getting 43%, almost getting pretty much half of your wins is impressive no matter what tier you're at. So for the AFK. Alright, so we're going to get things started right then, because we've just been told that they're going to have 3. Oh, is this off the kilter? Let me make sure. One sec. Oh, yeah, we're good. But let me get to the game, and we're going to start things off. Okay. Don't want you guys waiting too long. And here we go. Shroud 1003, can I join? This is just for registered players only, so if you want to register in the future, we do have one more week of qualifiers coming up on Thursdays for this event, where you can win Omlet Arcade tokens, Omlet hoodies, and $100. This is sponsored by Omlet Arcade. So again, if you want to compete, you will have to register on our Discord. You can find our Discord in my profile, and find the only Discord link. That being said, let's watch the show. So we got a jumper already, and I have everything set on mine, so that's good. That is good. As you can see, Legend is dropping with only 3 players, so already at a major disadvantage coming into this, with the other team rocking it with 4, and the other team has been battle ready. Because they have battled yet already. This team has not, so there might be a little cold. I heard that they went hot dropping before this, so maybe that'll help out. But for now, it looks like they went to the building that has the loot in this area. Not bad. Certainly will need it, because in this area of Quarry, there's not a lot of loot to be taken, unless you want to be in the wide open, in which this is where Toxic is. They are in the open. They have dropped here hoping to find some loot. Maybe they have, but it isn't very likely. So I think, at least from Legend's point of view, on Nemesis' side, I should say, they have good loot, or better loot, I would imagine. But hey, things could change. They could be better loot over here just by chance, but I think the odds have just kind of evened out, given that they are with 4 here with Toxic and 3 on the other side. And oh, and there you have it. One member from Toxic just got thirsted as well, just to even the score. Now it is a 3v3, and we have Prada shooting from the right and does get Cobra. Way to go there. And now we're left with 2v3. I don't think anyone's going to get picked up. This might be a quick game if they are stuck behind that area. Not a lot of places to hide, and I do believe Toxic has the advantage, especially with Aaron on top. That is going to be key if she can get another knock on that side. But no, Prada gets knocked first, and now Erin's left by herself. This is a big problem because not only can Erin not get a revival, but Cobra's going to come up just to say, hey, this is where she is. Oh, going for the thirst instead. Not a bad idea, but it still is against the odds for Toxic. Ooh, what? Alice is still alive. I totally missed that. Totally on the right side. I thought they were by herself, but no, Alice coming in with a nice hit there on Unplug. Unplug luckily stays alive without getting knocked. That's going to be huge for him because once he gets knocked, I don't think it's going to be really possible for Legend to make a push to heal him just because there is no one left. It is 4v4, or actually in this case 4v3, and they know the numbers. They are certainly aware of the amount of people that are in. They know when to push, because usually you want to push when. And now here's some shots. Alice taking the no hits there actually, as Legend is making his way closer and closer. Aaron's gonna be right there, very close by, and he's making a huge push. He's right behind the same place. Legend's getting shots and nicely done, but Unplug gets hit too. And nice, well played from Nemesis. They'll get the first win on Toxic. Way to go. Fear the Toxic was doing really well, staying on the upper echelon of the map, at least on the quarry area. But again, way to bunker down, stay hidden for a while, peek when you need to, as that's what Nemesis did. They got 4 kills, as you can see, 1 kill from Pradas on the Fear the Toxic side. So we're going to move on, as we just had a nice upset, to say the least, 3v4 against Toxic, especially when Toxic has already come up against Top Gun in this event, and they won against Top Gun. So way to go there for Nemesis, and we'll try to get the next room ready to go in just a sec. I know Sam's going to be opening up that room, Naked Sam. I appreciate that for what he's doing. If you guys see it on Omlet, you'll see that all 4 of us are streaming, or hopefully all 4 of us are streaming. We might have some technical difficulties, I don't know. But again, I hope you will follow Sam because he's doing a great job, and the rest of the Naked members who are streaming, because we're trying to make this a whole group thing. We'd love for you guys to follow all of us. We want to show you guys all the action. That is our job for you guys, and if you guys can do that for us, that'd be very much appreciative. What is this? Boy. All right. Well, I don't know what that's about, but chat, don't be like that. Let's be a little bit more respectable. We appreciate that very much, because that is not appropriate. What do we got? I think Sam is going to be opening up the room. I'm going to take a look at Discord to make sure everything looks good. And yeah. All right. Yep, Sam's got the room open, and we're going to get things started. So both of those teams, if you guys are watching the stream, make sure to head into the room as soon as possible. Once you do, we can get things started and move on to match number 2. So far, as you guys know, if you guys just hopped in, then we have Nemesis taking the first game. It is best 2 out of 3, so Fear the Toxic will have 2 chances, 2 wins they'll need in order to move on, while Nemesis all need 1 out of the 2. So here we go. It'll be a big match for Toxic for sure. They have done really well so far. They won 2 out of 3 matches against Top Gun in the first stage. Now in the second stage, trying to move on. Again, both teams are going to be winning or walking away with some Omlet Arcade tokens. It's just a matter of how much. And if any of these teams, if one of these teams, in which way we have 2 other teams competing as well. So there will be a grand battle on stage 3, but then after that battle, it'll be moving on to the championship game in 2 weeks. And that championship game, not only will there be Omlet Arcade tokens be given out, but also Omlet Arcade sweatshirts and cash. So it's going to be a nice event. If you guys want to compete in this, if you guys are watching right now and saying, I wish I was a part of it, you guys can, certainly. We have week 4 still. We still have registration open for that. So if you want to compete, you definitely can. It is not a problem to register right now. You are not hurt. It's not like ESL where if you start late, you're hurting your chances because you started late. All these teams playing in this week will not be playing next week. All the teams playing in previous weeks will not be playing next week. It's just a matter of who wins in each week. So week 4 will have their own group of battles. And if you can play on Thursdays, you can register right now for it to have a chance to win all those grand prizes that I was talking about. But again, you have to register. If you don't register, you won't have a chance to win. You register on our Discord. The Discord is in my profile pages, whether you're watching from Omlet or on Twitch, and hit that Discord link. It'll bring you to Naked Esports server. And once you do that, it'll be pretty easy to go from there. But if you have any questions, just let me know in Discord. Just send me a message, and I will certainly help you out. That's our job here at Naked Esports. We hope you'll enjoy this, and we love doing it for you guys. So that's why we try to do this as much as possible. Again, we only got to Prod, I think. Or Alice, maybe. But let's take a look at stats here. Did we look at yours? TPP? I don't think we did. Definitely more of an FPP player. 4.78 kill death ratio, 72 wins over 228 matches played. 31% win ratio, top 10% of 64, 13 most kills. With 1,700 for the highest damage, 550 for average damage. A nice average damage amount. Most kills and highest damage, I think that's probably around average of what you can expect from a comp player. And that's not to say average player in general. Comp players, it's on a whole new level. So that's pretty good for your average comp player, I'd say. Win ratio, definitely above average regardless of where you are at. I would say average for any type of player would be 20 to 25%. So having that 30, winning 3 out of your 10 matches is kind of crazy. So well done there, as they have done well so far. They will need to go. They have an uphill battle right now because in stage 2, it is best 2 out of 3, and they've already lost 1, so they can't afford to lose again. Have we looked at your stats? Have we? I think we have. Yes, we've looked at these. But if I haven't, I'll just say it again. 3.8 kill death ratio, 126 wins, 826 matches played, 15% win ratio, 37% top 10, 18 most kills, highest damage of 2,200 with 484 as your high average damage. So certainly good numbers on the most kills and highest damage side. 2,000 is a really good number to reach, and most kills of 18. I mean, to think about, there's only 100 people in the plane, and to reach 18 is kind of impressive. It's hard to do. 15%, not the greatest number there. I would say, as I said before, average is probably 20%. That being said, maybe a hot dropper, going for the kills rather than the wins. Definitely good practice that way if you ever try. And playing 826 matches definitely goes through the matches pretty quick. So a lot of experience for sure. Let's take a look here. In the room. Okay. So Legends just getting his team into the room soon. The moment they get their team in, we're good to go. So we'll see how that works out. Did Full Metal Gamers already play, says DM Rage. No, they have been disqualified, unfortunately. They did not show up. There will be consequences for that. Just like any other team that doesn't show up, they will not be able to play in future Naked Knockout events. And they won't be able to play in their first scrimmage back regardless of what event. So unfortunately, Full Metal Gamers did not show, and we'll have to face that consequence. Naked Kurt, did Full Metal Gamers already play? Oh, he just mentioned that to Kurt. So, yep, that is the case. It's unfortunate. You hate to see it happen, but, you know, there has to be consequences for when you don't show up to an event like this, especially. Huge prize pool, and definitely want to be able to show you guys who are watching the most action. And it's just unfair for those teams that come into play wanting to get the action, wanting to show themselves what they can do, and then the other team just doesn't show. So, unfortunate. All right, so we got Unplug and Legend in. Let me just make sure they're waiting for anybody else. So again, we're just waiting for one more. I'm making sure with Legend that we are, because they did start with 3 players in the last match. So I don't know. I want to make sure that we can just start right away, because we don't want to wait. That's the whole point of this, actually. It's kind of to keep things going. And when we have teams that just slag behind, it's unfair for the team that's ready to go. So let's move it along. I would like to do that. But again, we'll wait a few more, well, seconds, I'd say. I'm not going to wait much longer than that, I don't think. Stage winner. Looks like game 2. Let me make sure. I wonder. So obviously, as you might be seeing from other streamers on Omlet, we have Ninja and Celeste streaming the other ones. Alright, so it looks like we can start. And I'll message that to my boy, Sam, because he's running the room. I wish you can send a message through this. That would be a lot easier. So here we're going to have 2v4. Unplug and Legend playing off against... Jeez, I'm having a brain fart. Fear the Toxic. And it looks like we're going to have him drop in to Milta. Nope, Pachinki. I'm wrong, Pachinki. One of the best places to hot drop, I think. It has a lot of loot, so you won't go without loot for a while. Because sometimes, as you saw in Quarry, loot was definitely hard to come by. This time around, both teams shouldn't have an issue with that unless they both drop at the same place. But again, I don't think that's going to happen. Both teams will have an understanding of where each other are, and they can move to wherever they want to be without being hindered. So as you can see right now, Toxic has moved to the far end. Yeah, make sure everything's good. All right, yep, they moved to the far end here, in the actually more in the middle of the Pachinki, so they can get the loot that they need. All these buildings are really good to get it. This part is probably the safest place of all places to get loot, just because it's at the very edge. No one's going to come around to surprise them on at least the north side. And they can kind of keep an eye out on the south to east sides that people may come in from. There's streets on both ends here, so they can keep that. But again, it looks like the Legend is moving into different buildings across the way, so they are separating a bit. Hopefully not too much. It does seem like it's okay though, because Team 2 is not going to be converging to them anytime soon. It looks like they're going to stay on their side of the road to get as much stuff as they possibly can. You don't need a lot of ammo, that's for sure, in these events. You definitely would like to get meds, or like to get the armor, anything for short-term battles. Because when you think of a scrim, you're thinking you're going to go for the long term. You're probably going to be carrying hundreds and hundreds, or maybe 200 rounds of something in particular. Probably not of shotgun shells, but of auto or SMG weaponry. But again, so you're not going to need much of that. You're going to need the armor. You're going to need the meds, boosters. Just because that blue zone will be closing, it could be a blue zone finish. You never know. We haven't seen that happen yet today. But that is the reasoning why you want to go for more with meds and defensive objects, rather than the heavy artillery with a lot of ammo. Now again, you do want to make sure that you're probably, well, not make sure, but you're probably going to rock more of an auto than a sniper. Maybe some semi-automatic snipes might work out best, because it is such a short range battle that you don't want to try to scope into an area where they're pretty much taking up your whole screen because they're so close. Obviously, being an all weapons map, it's just a smaller map. No one's going to be across the field, especially in Pachinki, where everyone's going to be close by. As you can see here, you have Nemesis in the second floor of that 2-story building. You have just players around on Toxic getting ready to kind of engage. One member going up to the second floor here, not too bad area, but you got to watch out for grenades. That's one thing for sure. Legend trying to peek it out. Has a helmet on. A weird helmet, by the way. I don't know what kind that is. Is that a level 1? Looks like we had some shots coming off. Legend took a few hits, and so did his teammate Unplug. So right now, it's really a bad situation appears to be for Team 1. Not only do they have limited amount of people, given that they only have 2 compared to 4 on Toxic, but they have hurt themselves quite a bit. And so you can see now Team 2 making their moves, getting closer and closer. They're not quite pushing, they're not being reckless, but it is a good idea to get to the places you want to be after a few hits like that, especially when you know that there isn't the full squad, and you guys can pretty much do whatever you want waiting for them to happen. Now here's a good spot from Legend. He's going to stay hidden. He has an upper hand here by taking a look. Unless they throw a grenade in this room. Taking some shots, nice job, but not getting a knock is huge. Knock there, but only a knock, and look at one of the members from Toxic hurting him badly, Aaron, but Aaron will stay alive. That was huge. If Aaron went down, there could have been a whole different story there, but again, did not happen. Unplug was nowhere close to his teammate. That was a big mistake, I think. But again, that is something that actually could have worked out. If you want to win, especially, you got to go all out when you have a limited amount of people. And there's the shots being taken, and that will do it. Going down to the ground by a Toxic member. It looks like it was by Alice. I think, yes, Alice did it. So Alice got a kill, and so did Aaron, as you saw on the second floor of that building. Unplug and Legend just could not handle the numbers, and they have lost their first match here. That has just led to, now we got to go into match number 3. We have 1 win apiece. It is best out of 2, so this one will determine who wins it all. Sam will open up the room, as you can see in the squad stream, possibly. And then we'll get on to match number 3. I hope you guys are enjoying this. That's the whole reason we're doing it. Appreciate you guys being in here, and we'll know more about it when it happens. That being said, I'm gonna play some music for you guys, get the room set up, get all that worked out, and then we'll move on. Let me know who you think is going to win this last battle, because right now it does seem like it's going to be Toxic. If Legend and his team with Nemesis cannot get a group of 4, the odds are already stacked up against them. Vegas does not have the odds for them, I imagine. But that being said, it could change. I mean, they had 3 people. Nemesis had 3 people in the first game against Toxic, who had 4, and they managed to win that, even with that number handicap. So, but they just couldn't cut it with 2 people. 2 people against a 4, especially with a good team in front of you, not going to happen. So it does seem like it might be it for Nemesis if they can't grab their other players to come back into the game. It's unfortunate. I was hearing from Legend that one of their players just didn't want to come back. You know, you need teammates who are willing to play with you, and if you can't get that done, this is what's going to happen. You're going to lose a lot of matches that way. Did Full Metal Gamers play already? Oh, you already mentioned that. Yeah. Nope. They did not manage to come in. The room's open, so both teams can head in right now. Nemesis and Fear the Toxic. They just need to get their teammates in. I hope they both do well. What I really want to see, I want Nemesis to have a full squad. I want to see it evened out 4v4, because if we continue to have less people on Nemesis, we'll never know how good they can be. And they're just going to be missing out, because there's no way Fear the Toxic is going to let that go. You know, if they come out with 2 people again, they're going to continue to put the strangle on them and finish them off and move on to stage number 3. I don't want to see that necessarily. I know what would happen. They're a good team. They're not gonna lie down just because the other team has less people. They're gonna go all out, just like really good gamers do. So again, here you see Toxic coming first ones into the room as always, and Legend's gonna have to get his team in there hopefully in time, because we're not gonna wait too long for them. So again, I would like to know who you guys think is going to win. So far, Toxic's in the room. I think that's probably your safest bet. But if you think Nemesis might take this out of the bag, let me know. Especially if they have all 4, then it'd be an even fight. I would think. I don't really think either one of them is better than the other, as far as I know. I would like to see who is, But if we're not going to get it, you're not going to get it. So I'm trying to get in touch with Sam. He can start right now, but I messaged him on Discord. Oh, there he is, finally. Couldn't figure out where to find him here. So many people. Alright. That's a matter of just Sam starting this one up, and then we'll get to go for match number 3 for stage number 2. So, it's really interesting. This is going to be the last match between these two teams. Whoever wins this gets to move on. Whoever loses, well, they'll get Omlet Arcade tokens, but other than that, that is it. So here we go. I wonder where the map is going to lead us. Looks like Toxic's got their uniform. Haven't actually seen that before. And it appears to be Georgia Pole. A lot of places to go in here. So many houses, so many places. I wouldn't be surprised if this could take the whole circle to figure out who will win this. A lot of places to hide. You can be right next to the other building and be that close without really getting into trouble, as you can move away from each other within the building. So right now you have Team 1, Legend, Bloody, and Unplug trying to loot up this area. So they did manage to win with 3 people the first match, and that really needed to be done. They really needed at least 3 in order to compete here, because when they ran with 2 in the second match, they just could not withhold the power of Fear the Toxic here. So here's Alice. We got... I actually don't know that name. Let's see. I'm going to head over to her. The New. There we go. The New. Lanu is actually the leader, at least the person who registered for the event. So I assume she's in-game leader as well. We have Aaron and Prada as well. So Team 2 has done really well so far, as I may have mentioned, or you may have heard from me before. Top Gun, they faced up against Top Gun, and they managed to win in the best 2 out of 3 in the first stage. So really good outcome from that. It does seem like they are separated in 2 groups of 2. That could work out very well, especially in this event where you know that there's only 3 people left on the other end. So odds are in your favor regardless. And so you could try to get different angles with going in 2 groups of 2. That way they can always revive each other, and also trying to separate to get angles. So it's really good to do that, I think, for the most part. Team 1, it does seem like they are staying close together. You have Unplug, who's a little bit down the line there, but both teams will have to move in to get to the zone eventually. It does seem like they are moving in right now, slowly but surely. They still have enough time to loot all this stuff. There's 14 seconds till it starts closing, but even when it starts closing, it'll take some time before it actually reaches them, as they are right next to the edge of the zone. In that case, just expect both teams. I think both teams still won't notice each other for a while, just because of how far they are starting with here. All Team 1 needs to do is move up to the circle, and Team 2 can do the same. And I think they'll still be at distances away before we see an actual battle. Both teams still trying to loot up as much as possible. Again, you're not going to need as much ammo as you would normally, but you do want to get the backpack to hold the meds, and you want the helmet and what am I talking about? The bulletproof vests that can get you to level 3 especially. Because that is still very important, regardless of how many people are left. Unfortunately, Legend hurt himself a bit there. He's going to boost up. He's got to watch out. Prada and Alice actually have a line of sight if they take a look, but it doesn't seem like they are at this point. And so there you go. Legend was able to boost up, so he's going to be ready to go to 100% eventually in a matter of moments. Nice job moving up here. They're going to utilize this hilltop. It's actually pretty good. If they actually get to the other end of this hilltop, right at the edge of the zone, that could be a really good bodyguard move, especially with that zone. They'll have pretty much the whole north side to themselves then, and they can hold Team 1 to the south side. And if ever that zone starts going more north, then that would be a major problem for Team 1. They would not have an easy way out. Now, the only thing Team 2 needs to know is where they are. If they know, actually, I should say, where Team 1 is, then they can definitely play that off really well. And I think they've noticed him now. Aaron might have an eye on Legend, possibly. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Unplug apparently is going out to the field, in which case could kind of get around them. If he does that, that could be a troubling spot for Toxic, because they might not recognize that Unplug has moved so far away from their teammates. Usually in a scrim like this, you don't want to stray away. But that could be really... Ooh, how did that happen so quickly? Bloody gets knocked, but definitely getting a knock on Liu first. That being said, they get the thirst, and Legend was nowhere close. Unplug was able to get some shots and gets a knock. Well done. And they're going for the thirsts as well. Aaron is next on the chopping block, and there you go. So now it's become a 2v2. I thought that was going to be a really good position there, but Unplug and Legend managed to get around it and didn't have to deal with being blockaded by the opposing team, and managed to get up the hill and shoot down on them actually too. And that was a problem here for team number 2, but that's okay. They still have even amount of numbers now. So it's 2v2, and they got some shots on Unplug. Unplug is hurting a bit, but not too bad right now. Prada shooting across the way as well. Alice, what are you looking at? You might have some nice eyes from this spot. This is a good spot to get it through the smoke, possibly. As you can whoa, take some shots now. That was odd. But definitely getting a knock there. Unplug could not handle Alice. And a grenade is going out. Will it? Oh, that's not a grenade. That's a flash. But a grenade would have done really well there, I think. Could have gone far enough. Could have got a nice hit. The blue zone is not hurting anybody's chances here. Being in the smoke should help. Hopefully that smoke won't dissipate on them reviving. That would be a problem for them for sure. Unplug and Legend now up and running. It looks like Unplug's going to use that first aid and gets back to 75%. It does seem like Toxic has now come together up on that side of the hill. It's a really good spot, especially with the new zone. That's going to be very difficult for Nemesis to kind of get around this. They're going to have to find one way or the other. Either go straight through Team 2, which is probably not the smartest idea. They can try to go around to the right, but that's a major divot, in which case they'd be wide open to a lot of open fields. And shooting through the smoke, they get some hits. Not a bad idea whatsoever. There is so much open space. They can just keep shooting it, and they'll get it. Way to go. I wasn't sure if they were going to try that because, you know, you don't quite know the scenario. You don't want to let your place be known, but again, they actually did a really good job, and they did get the finishing touches on the rest of those 3. So Bloody getting a kill, Unplug getting a kill, but that is not good enough. As you can see, Toxic, Aaron gets 1 kill, and Alice getting 2. And they only needed 3 kills to win this. So they're going to move on. So they've gone through Top Gun. They've gone through Nemesis. Who's going to stop them this time around? I'm actually not sure who's in the final stage. We have Celeste and Ninja running those stages. And I think it's already done. Let me take a look and see if we have a team that has won that one. So that is game 3. Yeah, I think Sam needs to finish that. But yes, we do have Toxic, Fear the Toxic. Moving on. And now we're waiting possibly. If you guys are taking a look on the other rooms, make sure. I actually think Toxic moves on to stage 3. Yes. So if the other rooms are still going on, we're go over there and watch that action there. Celeste and, as I said, Celeste and Ninja are running that room. So if you see their stream, pop in, see who's going to come in to win. To move on to stage 3, where they will be facing Fear the Toxic. Alright, I'm just making sure. I'm not sure who's going to move on. I'm trying to see that right now. It seems like Team the other squads, the two squads that are facing up to get to stage 3, not including what we just watched, are still going on, I believe. So definitely take a look over there to see if you find anything. Otherwise, we'll just we'll see what happens. I would like to know myself. I might actually take a look from an outsider's point of view to see what's going on. It's not a bad idea whatsoever. There is so much open space. So we're just on hold for a bit. We do have, let's make sure, trying to move on for stage number 3. I think the other teams are still competing. Evades to stage 2. That was at 9:02. That's 12 minutes ago. Room code. Yeah, they got the room codes. All right, so we're going to stick around, wait it out a bit. We just got a message to Linhu, who's the leader of Fear of the Toxic, from Naked Sand, saying that the other side is still working on stage 2 right now. Stick around, and we'll tag your room codes and when the winner is determined. So, what does that mean? We're going to be on hold for a bit. If you guys are okay with that, I appreciate it. What we're going to do, though, is what I wanted to show you guys. I think we have time for this. Let's go over to here. Perfect. And we're going to take a look at some of the clips. If you guys have clipped anything, that would be very much appreciated. If not, actually, what I might be able to do even better than that. Oh, that is not what I have. Yep, okay. Yep, I'm going to try to do this. So let me get to Stream Dash. Not that one. Unless you want to see my stats. Let's see. Thought I'd be able to. This might work actually. Yeah, so these are some old clips I have from previous matches. Some really good stuff that went into these. The last Naked Pro Scrims was really good. So maybe we'll take a look at this. If you guys enjoy, hopefully. Smoke, they're still keeping an eye on that, but they don't have to worry about him because he was taken out earlier by Shadow Enemies, who's the only other team left. So all this time they're racing, taking a look back. Yeah, they can stop doing that. They're going to take a look up, down. Up top, as they have 4 members, but they are not in the better position, not by a long shot. SE can take some nice shots down, and there you go. Sly gets knocked. You have Unruly get knocked. Marlon, who's going to be in the blue zone. Lost gets knocked. Marlon, I don't know what you're going to do, man. I don't know what you're going to do. This is not good. Once the blue zone stops, it's going to hurt a lot faster. It's going quick. He doesn't have time for this. He needs to run right now. Are you kidding me? Are you trying to stay alive? What are you doing? No! Don't do that, no. And down he goes. So that was Top Gun, and they were in just a bad position. They were doing a lot of work earlier than that and getting a ton of kills, but Shadow Enemies had their number because they were on top of there, and all they had to do was really shoot down at the rest. So well done from Shadow Enemies as well, and they did come in second place, I believe. It's not first. Actually, I have to remember which one. But they definitely did well in the whole scrim because they were able to get a top 3 spot. And so did, I think Top Gun did well as far as overall scrimmage event goes. But a rough spot there for Top Gun. And that's just one thing you got to recognize when you're rotating into these circles is knowing where to go, especially near the end and in Sandhawk, because Sandhawk is probably the worst one out of all of them about rotations. You really need to be good at it. If you guys don't know about it, Sandhawk has a lot or changes to close this blue zone often and more frequent. I shouldn't say more frequent, but it happens quicker. I'm putting this in terrible wording, but generally speaking, the blue zone closes a lot often. Still, I'm using the wrong words, but again, you really have to pay attention to when it's going to be closing because you don't want to be late to the party. You don't want to be stuck in the blue zone. You got to keep moving, and that's really what you expect from Sandhawk. That's probably one of the main reasons why they made Sandhawk is to keep you moving, keep you going. You're not going to be standing there. You're not going to be sitting down waiting for a long period of time, especially near the end. You're forced to move most often, and that's the reasoning that rotation is so important in Sandhawk. Let's see if we can find another. This isn't what I want to see. There we go. Posts. I wonder if these are ends. Take a look at this. This is a Miramar, a different map. Now, easy peasy.
Love the BSS.
And they take out a whole squad just like that. Team 2 is outside trying to come in as well. Now it's left to 2 different teams. We got Team 25 with ARG, and we got Vital. That's Team 1. So right now, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. All Rejection is doing a great job here. Just now surrounding Vital and getting a knock. They're on tri-feed. 1 left, and that is it. Way to go. That is all Rejection Gaming, a whole new team for this. I've never seen them before, and they just come up on top like it's nothing. We got Tunnable on 9 kills, 1 from Quickie, 3 from Accurate, and 7 from Kolf. Are you kidding me, guys? We have a ton of veteran teams here who've done really well, and they come up on top just saying, hey, we want to see what this is about. So just making sure of everything on Discord. But yes, so that was a really good event there from ARG. It doesn't get much better than that. They got a ton of kills in Miramar. As you see, Tumble getting 9. Super impressive going against, as I said during this thing, is there's a lot of veteran teams. You can see there's Decimate GG right in 3rd place. You had Vital coming in 2nd place. You have Shadow Enemies right there on 5th place. Super Saiyan Gods. And Reconnecting is one of the newer teams I like to watch. They've done really well so far. But again, there's a lot of teams that have done this before, won a lot of times, and yet this team, ARG, was able to come up on top. So hopefully we'll see more of them because I love to see teams that do really well and continue to do well in these events, regardless of which one, I guess. Naked Pro Scrims, Naked Knockout, Thursdays, Vapors, RDMs, whatever the case may be. I really like to see action. That's just what I like to see. And how teams think. What's their strats? That's the ideas. Because not only does that help a lot of people, I believe, who are watching to try to get better, but it's also enjoyable, to say the least. Let's see. Get back it up. And every now and then I'm going to look at Discord to make sure I'm not missing the room or anything like that. I think I would hear myself getting into the room, so that should be okay. So again, what's holding us up right now, because that's why I'm watching all these things, is stage 2 for the other 2 teams are still competing. We do have what we were watching, so Fear the Toxic is going to be moving on to stage 3. They've already determined it. They did really well. They beat Top Gun, they beat Nemesis, and now they need to beat one more team in order to move on to the Grand Championship rounds, where you have that chance to win Omelet Arcade tokens, Omelet sweatshirts, and $100. So they're trying to get into that position. Right now, they have no competitors right now. The other two teams that are in stage 2 right now, still competing, still trying to figure that out, to figure out who's going to move on to stage 3, I should say. And then they will be facing up against Fear the Toxic. But until then, we're here just waiting it out. Hopefully we'll get that soon to you guys. I'm hoping in a few minutes, if not less than that. But just be tight, be ready, and then we'll get to that as soon as possible. This is all I can say. But I want to just continue to show you guys what I thought were good moves in the last Naked Pro scrims, because that might be one of the reasons why you're here, trying to figure out, what these teams are doing. Because some of these teams are pro teams, some of these are amateur, semi-pro, or even just people who just get together and like to play. Not really on a comp team or anything, but enjoy the competitive scene. And let's take a look at this one. So you never know. You never know with these people, but it does seem like Razor Gaming has a little bit of trouble on their own. They have a lot of these hills. They need to make it into the next circle, and they're going to have some trouble in front of them. As you can see, Shadow Enemies is going to be a culprit, and probably ARG, as you can see on the right on team 25. So I don't know. We'll take a look. I don't know how they're going to make it in. There's a lot of people on this side of the circle who are already in the circle that will change everything for them. Let's see if we can zoom in on other places. We got long range shooting, and I'm trying to figure out where that is. As you can see, Razor Madeline is knocked, and it might be because of team 2. Yeah, look at this long range shooting. Super Saiyan God
Trying to get that Car 98.
Car 98. Can he get?
Forgot he got this. I think he did.
Oh yes, he does.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Beautiful.
Marion is knocked out of the game. Team 2 definitely doing some nice work here. They have to get into the circle, so they're going to have this downhill.
So yeah, Miramar, especially in like this scene where there's like no houses left. Yes, we saw, I think, what was it, Vital, I guess? We saw Vital having that little compound, but that was pretty much it. And that's kind of Miramar in a nutshell. It doesn't usually end in towns because there's so much open space that the likelihood that it actually ends at a town is pretty much zilch. So a lot of teams need to recognize how to utilize the hills to the best of their ability. That's why I usually like in Miramar to stay on the hills. I usually don't like to go into the houses just because, one, you don't get good practice at that. I think if you wanted to do well in Erangel, then maybe you would stay in houses and try to figure out how to best hold the house. But in Miramar, you really need to utilize the hills, and that's good practice for that. So I think in Erangel, you also need to utilize the hills a lot, just not as frequent. But to be good in Miramar, that is definitely a key thing, utilizing the rocks, the hills, figuring out which hills are really good. And I don't know about you guys, I don't play Miramar that often, so I don't know which hills work best, which sides work best. I'll just look at the map and see, okay, that side has a hill, I'll try that. But that's about it. I don't know exactly in what position would be best in order to shoot at people from. So that's something to learn, especially in Miramar. And that's what a lot of pro teams do, is that they'll really study which areas are best. And when they recognize those circles closing into certain areas, they'll know which place to go to and how to get there, because the path there is just as important. You don't want to be shot on the way. That happens to probably every team in Miramar, especially when the zone's pushing you out to where you are from. You got to recognize which way is the path of least resistance. So that is something very important in the Miramar map that I think doesn't really compare to others. Sandhawk is similar, actually. At Sandhawk, you really do need to recognize your rotations, as I said before, but it's faster. Sandhawk's a lot faster. Miramar is more along the lines of getting to the right position, how to get there, and definitely your long range shooting is super important. All right. Let's see. Oh, I didn't mean to hit back.
Looks like I might have broke it. That's alright. You guys are still with me. Just loading that page. PUBG fan for life. Can we join or is it private? Can I join to help out? Thank you. Appreciate that you want to help out. This is just for a registered group. So if you register for this event, you can play. You still can register. As I said before, we have week number 4 to still play out. We have registration open on our Discord for that. So at this moment, if you have a group of 4 people who want to play, whether you're a comp team or whether you're just a group of 4 that love to play PUBG, you can register for this event. We're going to keep the registration open until we are completely filled. And right now, we have all these teams filling the slot for 8 teams because that's usually how much we have. But we do need to fill out a wait list as well because I think a few teams in week 8 have played in previous weeks and they won't get first scratches or first at bats, oh man, I'm losing my mind. But anyway, they won't have first slicks, that's what I'm looking for, compared to new teams that haven't played in any of the naked knockouts. So if you want to compete, you probably get a good starting chance, I think at this point, but I'm not sure. You really should hurry up if you do want to register for week 4 to have a chance to not only win, as I said, Omlet Arcade tokens, Omlet Arcade sweatshirts, and $100 cash. Those are the ultimate rewards in order to win it all. That being said, throughout the way, we have teams that will be winning Omlet Arcade tokens. So any of these teams that have won matches will automatically get on Omlet Arcade tokens. Any teams that win more matches than another, or more go beyond stages, I should say, will get even more Omlet Arcade tokens. So if that's something you'd want, there's a lot of things on Omlet that require it. First things first, to be an Omlet Plus member, you need 600 tokens. So that is, if you want to stream to Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, if you want to put a stream delay on, if you want new overlays or whatever the case may be, they require Omlet Arcade tokens. So I would say if you want to have a chance to win those, and obviously the sweatshirts and the cash, then you need to register on our Discord. Finding our Discord is on my profile. So if you're watching from Twitch, if you're watching from Omlet, both places, go to my profile page, you'll find a Discord link, hit the Discord link, and you can register from there. If you have any questions, just let us know in Discord because that's where we talk most to people. And regardless, if you want to just be a part of the action, know what's going on in PUBG, you can start here in Naked Esports' Discord because we post a lot of information here, not just about our own tournaments. We post about other scrimmages that are going on. We talk about what's going on in PUBG as the game goes, news about it, what people are thinking about PUBG and mobile gaming in general. So we got all that stuff going down. And it looks like this page is not going to load, honestly. I was hoping it would. Page unresponsive. I'll hit wait, but I have to try this out again. Let's copy this. See if we can get this time around. There we go. All right. All right. I think we're still waiting. I'm just gonna take a quick look at Discord to see if we have anything else. I think it's won this match. I don't know where they left off. Does anyone have a multiple they open? Okay, so Zodiac won game 1 for stage 2. So Zodiac apparently is competing. I'm not sure who they're competing against, and we'll know more when we get to stage 3. Obviously, for them, we already know that Fear the Toxic is going to be moving on to stage number 3. That being said, we'll figure out more throughout this whole thing. It looks like Celeste is writing. Yeah, game 2 went to Fate, so we are going to go to a game 3. If you guys are watching from Omlet, definitely head over to Celeste's stream. I'm pretty sure she's still streaming. Actually, that might be good to see. Let's see if we can see her streaming. I'm not sure if she is. I think she was saying she was having some issues streaming. Happens in Omlet sometimes, but not very often. So let's see if we can take a look. See if she is. Ah, she is. Perfect. We might get the edge of this. It looks like that was a finish. Oh, and they're still fighting.
up. Let's take a look at Summer. Summer is knocked. Elvis is knocked. We've got Clown and Dumbo. Clown's finally made it back in, but not
So
everybody's in the
Fade's
zone.
facing up. And I think Fade wins this one. I think
Ooh.
we already got the inside info on that. There you go.
And that is it for Legend and Death.
So only one
Golden
left is
needs to be
Weed
picked
on
up.
Fade.
It's just going to be Weed. He's making his way into the zone. Definitely don't want to get stuck. Or he's just going to wait for them out to come to him. So it looks like the play zone got a couple of them. So it looks like
Looks like a few people got knocked and got, I guess, taken out from the play
it's
zone.
going to be a 1v. Oh,
That's
yeah,
it.
That's it.
That was quick.
So with that,
So Fade takes out
Fade
Zodiac.
takes round 2. So we're going to be going on to match number 3.
Okay. So Zodiac won the first match. Fade won the second. Fade bays. And so now they're going to go with one more. And we'll stay here, I guess. This is the place where we'll watch all the action, I guess. If you guys want to watch it, definitely head over to Celeste. I would definitely want you heading over to
so we're gonna
Celeste to
open
watch
up
it,
another
have more
room
clear
and get them
view.
in so we can get this last match going.
And they're going to get the rim in, so we're going to see that soon.
I'm going to get this done really quick and get into my seat and give them the code.
Legend Destroy says nice. Sty Ranger says hey, hello to you. Thank you for joining in. Can I play with you? Says Ranger. I am right now streaming, so you can't play with me right now. But if you do want to
This is going to be the
play with me
winner
in the
take all
future,
of this match. Who's going to win? Is it going to be Zodiac or Fade Bays?
I don't know. Who do you
It all
guys have
comes down
winning
to
it?
this one last match.
Fade Bays or Zodiac? So far they've won one apiece, so no one has a quite of a handle on the win there. And I think Fade just won the last one, so Fade might have the momentum, but it is going to be different. Just because you have momentum doesn't mean you're going to win it. So, but Ranger, again, if you want to play with me, hit me up. I'm on my tag name is Naked H Crusader. That's uppercase Naked, uppercase H, and uppercase Crusader. So if you want to play, you can.
Just checking in on Crusader.
So she might be looking at
See
what I'm
what's
saying
going
about
on.
her. Is this going to be a whole rotation going on right now? I hear myself in the background.
About PUBG, mobile gaming in general, so we got all that stuff going down. It looks like this page is not going to load, honestly. That's what I'm hoping it would.
Okay, so this is me talking about what we do on our Discord, and then right after, pretty much, I'm going to head over to Celeste. So,
Alright, looks like Zodiac is starting to make their way in.
So yeah, again, Ranger, just send me an invite. If your name is Ranger, I'll remember that and accept it. But you got to let me know what your ID is. That probably helps me straight up. So I don't just accept everybody. I
So this
definitely
next
want
match
to
will
accept you
start
though
at
because you are watching
6:43.
for me.
It may start sooner if everybody can get in the room. So if you are watching, please make sure you do get into the room as quickly as possible. So then we can get this last match going to get into stage 3 to find out who's going to be the winner.
Yes, yes. So again, I hope you guys are watching from Celeste's point of view. As you can see, we're all streaming and we're all trying to wait it out. But again, I definitely watch from Celeste because she's going to be having all these battles right now under her belt. And wonder if she's still in room actually. If she's in room, maybe I can head over there and watch. Let's see. See if you can do that. That'd be cool. Get both of us to watch the same thing right there. If not, we'll just keep watching from Celeste's point of view. I'm cool with that.
Sure she's still streaming. Actually, that might be good to see.
I wonder when she's gonna recognize that I'm finally watching hers. When she's
Happens in Omlet.
yeah, right now I'm about to head
Alright,
into
we're just
Celeste.
waiting for 4 more players to jump in.
Where are you? I'm trying to scroll down here. Yeah, she's still in
So
room.
once we get the last 4 players to come in, we're going to start with match 3.
Might get the edge of this. Looks like that was a fence.
Trying to start a chat here. There we go. Come on.
Facing up. Yeah, I think Fade wins this one. I think we already got the inside info on that. There you go.
Let's see if she'll give me an invite. Haha. Alright, you guys didn't see, but right now, in the room almost. Is this taking a sec? Hopefully I get in soon and
Alright,
Come
looks
on.
like we're starting to get the members of
come on, get me in.
Bebe's in.
Come on, come on, come on. I can't get into spectate. No, come on, get me out of here. Oh, Jesus, what is going on? Get me in.
I guess taking out.
I can't take the spectate part. I can't get out. I'm stuck. No.
That's it.
Okay, good.
That was quick.
Come on, get in now.
So Fade takes out Zodiac.
Oh my God, this is taking forever. I think I have to turn off Celeste because maybe my RAM can't handle it. I'm trying to get in. Oh my God, it's moving at like 0 miles per hour. And it's going everywhere. Okay, good. I'm in. Holy moly. Alright, you guys didn't see that, but I was frightened, man. I was taking forever, and luckily I'm in. So I'm going to show you guys what I see. And we can get things started then. What I'm going to first do is X this stuff out because I think it's just way too much. So, and now I'm going to head over. There we go. Whew. Bit worried. A bit worried. You didn't see me worried though, right? Right, guys? All right. And what do we got? All right, we have military base. Interesting. We haven't had a military base one. At least I haven't seen one yet. So this could be interesting. I'd like, obviously military. A lot of hot dropping for people like to come here. Get really good loot from that C block area, and all these buildings pretty much you can get good loot. So that's the reason why a lot of these teams like to come here in the first place. It looks like Zodiac is running with 3 people. I thought they had 4. I thought they had 4 right when we jumped out, so I don't know what happened there. And let's take a look at Fade side and see if they have lost one too. No, they still have 4, so I'm not sure if that was a loss based on the system or what. I don't know, but again, that's apparently what happened. So right now, as you see here, Team 2 Fade Bays facing up against Zodiac for their 3rd and final match together. They've each won 1 apiece, and it'll be determined by who takes this. So he's rotating to the right, Summer. And he's going to go all the way to the road. Interesting. Or I guess to C block, where the rest of his team is here with Dumbo and Elvis. Now, they're staying in C block, it seems, and still looting up. They should be fine. If they have just 3 people taking each building, they should get the loot that they need. They could try to move on. We already saw Summer looting up that building right in front of us. So if they got that and Summer's still looting that area, all this should be enough for them. Fade, there's not a lot of loot back here. I mean, there is enough for possibly 2, possibly 3 people for the most part, but I think there's going to be a lot of trading between the players just so they can even things out. You don't want one player to just be raking in with the weapons, having everything, and then one player just rocking it with a handgun. That is just not good teamwork. So I think, you know, they'll try to figure out what works best for everybody. Have at least some level of ammunition and a good automatic weapon, I think is what everyone's looking for. Looks like Golden is let's see. He's trying to utilize the TPP move. That's certainly a good position to. I'm wondering if he actually saw somebody. It looks like they're going for the drop as well. They got to be careful because that drop should be an indicator for the opposing team to kind of look over here at least. And if they're all bunched over here, they can certainly get some shots on this side. I don't think they would get a knock, but they would certainly indicate where they are. We'll see if Elvis is looking. I think he's pushing over. Yeah, they might have seen them. I assume they have because they're just wide open. And now I believe Zodiac has an edge. The other thing is we saw from Summer on FBO. I'm not FBO on Fade. It was Summer or trying to remember, but someone on Fade was looking over, as you saw with the TP view or TPP view. Possibly was seeing them in C block, so maybe they both know where each other are at for the most part. It's just a matter of trying to get a knock at this point and getting over to surprise the opponent. Elvis getting some nice shots and does. Well done with Weed getting him knocked and thirsted. Teammates are nowhere to be found at this moment, and he can stay low, stay hidden, not draw anyone's attention at this point. He has the hill here, and it looks like his teammates are coming around. There's Summer from Zodiac. Looks like they're shooting across the way with a shotgun, of all things. Not sure if that's going to be that far. But we'll say Fade Legend trying to use his TPP. We'll say, take a look here. This is not bad. If he can kind of look over, it's kind of hard to, I guess, for him. Ooh, grenade thrown almost far enough. It was just a little bit farther. Would have been good. But no, Elvis gets knocked now. They got a good one there. Dumbo and, oh, Summer's getting hit now hard. No, they're going out the door. If they go out here, that's a big problem for Zodiac, especially Dumbo, who's going for the revival. If they push this, this is bad. Zodiac, are they going to have this time? Fade is pushing out to the side here. They should get a nice hit here if they can. Elvis is trying to hold them back, but Elvis gets no help. And down goes both of the Zodiac members. Luckily for them, are you kidding me right now? Summer going ham right there, staying hidden, not making a sound until the very last moment. Takes 3 people out. Way to go. Summer with 3 kills, Elvis with 1. And we saw Elvis get that early one. Summer just gets 3 in a row right there. And then nicely done, nicely played. Fade, Death, Legend, Weed, and Golden didn't get a kill out of that. They were so close to, though. They got the knocks. They certainly put the damage on the opponent, but not good enough. So that is it. Zodiac is going to move on, as far as I know. And well done from Zodiac. Working with just 3 people, too. That was a risky play, I think, especially on Summer's side. Waiting that long. Your teammates getting taken out in the process and taking them down. Way to go. M. Bailey 06. Thank you, Bailey. Really appreciate it. Says, man, you are good. This is the reason why I do it. Those type of comments is the reason. I really do appreciate that, man. And I don't do this. I do this for free pretty much, and I love doing it because of that. I think this community is great, and I hope to see more of that. I don't know what you wrote earlier. I try my best, but I can't repeat everything you guys say. Otherwise, I'm talking gibberish, man. All right, so we're gonna get stage 3 down. So as we know from earlier, a while ago, I should say, Fear the Toxic has won to get into stage 3, and now we just saw Zodiac take it to win their 3rd match out of the 2 to make it to stage 3 as well. So now those 2 teams are going to be facing it off, both of them winning a ton of Omlet Arcade tokens already. But this match will determine, 1, whether they get more Omlet Arcade tokens, and 2, whether they continue into the championship rounds, which will be happening on a different day. And in those championship rounds, that's where you'll have a chance to win Omlet Arcade tokens, Omlet Arcade sweatshirts, and $100. So I can't stress this enough, guys. If you guys want to compete to win those things, you have to register. You have to register on our Discord. That's the only place you can do it. And right now, registration is open. The place to go to our Discord is go to my profile, whether you're watching from Omlet or on Twitch. Head over to the profile, hit that link, hit that naked Discord link. Once you're there, you can register. If you have any questions of how to do it, it's open to everybody. It's free. and everyone has a chance to win those prizes that I talked about. So if you have any questions, again, hit me up. All right, so we're gonna get match number 3 soon. I think Naked Sam, I think, is gonna be opening it. If he hasn't opened it already. But let me, yeah, there he goes. He's opened it. Perfect. We're gonna get stage 3. I'm so happy. So happy, guys. I just want to see more and more action. As you see here, Sam, Celeste, and we've been trying to get you guys to stage 3. Who's gonna take it? I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel, whether you're rooting for Fear the Toxic or you're rooting for Zodiac. Let me know. Both teams have done obviously really well getting through their own stages to make it here. As we know from Toxic, I honestly don't know who Zodiac had to play to get there other than Fade Baze. But we do know, because we were following the whole time with Fear the Toxic, that they had to... Well, who did they have to face in the first stage? I actually don't know. But they had to go through Nemesis in the second stage. Oh no, they went to Top Gun. They went to Top Gun, Blackbirds, and they also had to go through Nemesis. I think they did both of them 2 out of 3. They lost 1 in each, but they managed to get 2 for each as well. So you need to win 2 out of 3. They did it, and they're on to stage number 3. And I'm excited. We got these rooms open now, so all those teams should have the Discord, should have all the room information that they need to get here. And then I know Fear the Toxic has been waiting for a very long time. They're usually pretty quick to get on, but waiting this long, I'm not sure if they're completely ready. But we'll see. Hopefully they are. Once these 2 teams get in, so we only have 2 teams that need to get in, they will begin. We'll get started. There you go. There's Fear the Toxic. First one's in. I wasn't sure actually, but yeah, they're usually first, so I'm not too surprised by it. Alright, let me get some music on for you guys. Why not? Looks like they're going to take team slot number 1. Here's Zodiac Dumbo. Zodiac did really well there at military base. Again, they were only with 3 people. They were facing up against a team of 4 with Fade Baze. They were able to get the initial knock, which is huge. You really do need to do an initial knock when you have the disadvantage like that. I don't care if you're 1, 2, or 3 people going against 4, or you just have 1 less person, 2 less people, whatever the case may be, you absolutely need to do an initial knock. Otherwise, the other team, if you don't get that knock off your first shots, the other team will just respond with all their players. And the reason why that might not sound right to you or may not is because once you get a knock, the other team has to make decisions, and that decision time could hinder them. Meaning, if someone on your team gets knocked, what do? You push without them and continue on, even when you don't quite know whether it's a team of 4, so then you'd be pushing with 3 people, not the greatest thing. So you might hold back. In which case, if you're holding back, then you only have 2 people on your team standing, and this is assuming you have 4 total. That will be facing up, pretty much playing defense until you get the revivals going on against a team of 4, possibly. So that is the risk that you're taking when you have a player get knocked. Meanwhile, the opponent who managed to get the knock on the opponent have all the cards in their hands, right? They know where you are apparently because they got the knock on you. They have the other players ready to go in case you try to recklessly push. And they can get angles after that knock because they'll have time to move around if you're playing defense instead. So, yeah. It really does, that's why it's so important to get the knock first, regardless actually of which side you're on. But it's especially important when you have the disadvantage of numbers because, well, you saw what happened there. It was great. That's exactly the reason why you need to surprise the opponent team. You can't go out there all reckless, running around. You gotta be very particular. And here we go. We're gonna turn off the music because I like to hear gameplay rather than the music. And here we go, man. Thank you for watching, guys. If you guys are enjoying, let me know. We're gonna have 2 or 3, possibly 3 more matches. It's best 2 out of 3. And let's see what this map is gonna be. It is going to be a North George plane line. We had one of these already before. We saw it end near the middle, pretty much middle of the map, just outside of North George on the hills there in the fields. Let's see what happens this time around, as these teams are going to be jumping. There's no doubt all of them are going to the towns because that's going to be where most of the loot is. But it really depends on how they rotate based on the new circles. Excuse me. And here we have Team 1. This is going to be toxic, so not like this is going to be toxic. This is the team, Fear the Toxic, and they're going to be looting this area. And let's see where the opponents are here. Down the road with Zodiac. They got the 3-story buildings here, pretty much the heart of North George. Certainly a good place to start, and let's see if we have an idea of what the circle is doing already. So there we go. Circle's going to be north. Pretty much the same, actually. Almost same. It's not quite the same, but very similar to what happened last time. The circle kind of moved away from North George and went north, more toward the middle, I guess. Not too crazy of an idea that the circle changes to the middle, but it does affect what these players are doing. So all these players need to kind of converge to the northern part of North George. At least the town anyway, and still when they do that, they're still going to be on the south side of that new circle. So what we saw from Toxic was a really good idea. It actually didn't work out, but they still managed to win. Was that they played bodyguard, and I'll show you what I mean. So let me zoom in on this. I'll mark where they were. They were right here. Oh, I can't mark. Oh, that's unfortunate. But they were right in the middle, per se, on a hilltop. They're able to shoot down a little bit south of that drop that's going to be happening, and they were able. But the plan was to shoot south and prevent them from coming into the fields because that's where the circle was headed. That being said, it didn't work out, but they still managed to win because they had some extra players who were in town still. So they separated into teams of 2. It worked out, as I said before, but I think it would be a good strat to do again because it is a good idea. At least what I think. Yeah, but I could be wrong. Zodiac. Oh, you're running in place. That's not right. There you go. Here's Elvis. They have Clown, Summer, and Dumbo. Zodiac has played in the Naked Pro Scrims before, done really well in everything that they've done. And obviously, it's no surprise that they're here today. So we'll see how well they do here. Looks like he has a level 1 backpack with an AK and an M16. The AK, definitely good for the short range. In buildings especially, the M16s are really good for the long range. So if you're going to do some sniping, you don't have a sniper, that's pretty much the go-to. You can try the Mutant as well, but I think there's a lot of hate for the Mutant regardless. So I like the M16 for if I don't have a sniper at all. But I'll use any of the other snipers. I'll use a Mini over the M16. I know a lot of people like the M16 over the Mini. Just because you usually will not want to use an 8x scope using that type of sniper. Because it isn't a very powerful one. So a lot of people like to use either a 4 or 6x scope when it comes to the Mini. That's just mostly a preference with players. If you have a Car 98 or even any bolt action, then you probably will go with that most of the time, especially with good snipers who know how to use it. That being said, you can also use an SKS or a Slur or an SLR, as I say. And look at Team 2. They're in a nice spot here. So they can play bodyguard on Team 1. I don't know if they know that Team 1's around. They certainly have moved over here, which will not be... I don't think that will really prevent... So I'm trying to play as a player right now. So I'm going to be here. This is the edge of the new zone. This is wide open. So they can't be here. They can't be here because it's still wide open. The only place they can really get to from where Team 1 is right here. And this isn't a great spot. Not at all. You see Elvis already playing this spot, waiting for them to come. It's like predators waiting for their prey to come to them. It's not great for Toxic, I'm telling you right now. They're throwing smokes. They already have the disadvantage right now. They each have 4 players. That's not the case. Oh, Elvis comes down. I don't know if that was a good move. Elvis is kind of left here by himself now. He's going to be... I don't know what you're trying, man. That was not... I don't know. Maybe it'll work out. let's see what he tries. Maybe he has something up his sleeve. But I don't think it was a very good idea to come down that hill. He had the advantage. He was able to see everything he needed to, and yet he comes down anyway. Prada is going all the way to the left, interesting enough. Right now, Elvis is putting himself in the middle of Toxic. He still gets some shots off, almost getting a knock, but not quite yet. And they have return fire, and Elvis goes down because of Prada, who's already rotating in that direction. Alice goes down now, so each one losing a member to a knock at least. We'll see if they get revived, but I don't think we'll see that quite yet. You see Luhu and Dumbo here on the left, trying to face up against Clown, I think. And they have to run in. This is not great for Team 1. They're running in with the blue zone. The blue zone's going to be hurting too. And finally getting a hit. Nice job getting Summer, but they just return that with a favor and say, you get Summer, I'll get you too. And Prada needs to get in from the blue zone. This knocked as well. Clown didn't even get hit once. And right now, Prada's in the blue. He needs to run in. She is in trouble. Clown is right there. Look at the life on Prada. She needs to stop and heal, but I don't know if she has the ability to do that. She's going to try it right now. I think that's a good move. You really have one choice, but no, she goes back with it. She's going to try to throw a grenade. If she gets this, this would be huge right now. Going for it. If that hits, no, it won't. Clown doesn't get hit at all. He was able to avoid that and still get the revival. This is huge. I'm surprised they're going with this, unless they just weren't counting the knocks. They could have realized that Prada was the only one left, but I think Clown just wants a partner here, and that actually is working out because Prada wasn't able to heal Aaron. I thought wouldn't have been able to, but no siree. So Prada now throwing some smokes, making sure she can move, but the blue zone is even engulfing her now. She needs to move fast. Clown has already moved all the way up. Summer's hanging back right now, and Prada might get hit on both sides, 2 different angles. This isn't good. All right, she's moving to the left. This is a great spot, actually. I don't know if she meant to do that, but it's certainly the best spot she can ever hope for right now. There's Summer. Summer, though, taken out by some SMG shots. Really good for this situation. And Zodiac takes the win. Clown and Summer each getting 2 kills. Now, Prada did really good staying, surviving, and getting 2 kills, but that is not enough. So Zodiac will get first match under their belts. And now, Fear the Toxic's going to have to get 2 in a row in order to move on. That being said, we'll have this next match soon. Vlad, thank you for joining in. Really appreciate it, man. And thank you for the hot. It's all about that hot. All right. Let me see. I got RP. So again, we're gonna have the next room open soon. I'm not room master. It'll be Naked Sam who's gonna be opening up the rooms. So I'm just gonna wait for that. If you're one of those teams that are competing, just one of those 2, I guess now. Make sure to get in right when the Discord is open. Then we can get things started, and we don't have to wait for anybody. We can just get things going. That's the reason that we kind of have this, is to kind of keep things going as much as possible. We have 4 different streamers with 4 different brackets, I guess you can say. And that was the intent, where we can all, you guys can continue watching action no matter what. You won't have to wait. Obviously, with the last match being, between only 2 teams, we're going to be waiting a little bit. But it shouldn't be that long because you're only waiting for 2 different teams. And then we'll get things started. What do I want to say? Thank you guys for watching, first and foremost. I'll definitely thank you guys later as well. But right now, we're going into match number 2. Match number 2 I'm looking forward to. I'm wondering where we're going to be landing. We just had Georgia pull, so that was North Georgia. A lot of good loot. We saw, and I'm just going to give a quick recap. We saw Toxic, I think, taking a little bit longer to loot than they needed to. Unfortunately, because they were a little late to the party, it actually didn't work out too badly for them because they were able to get a knock on the opponent team first. Pretty much the reason because Elvis went down as a rogue warrior and trying to do his own thing, but I don't think that was the right move. Still, the positioning for Zodiac was just too good. Because Toxic was kind of stuck in the blue zone a lot of the times, forced to move out into the open, in which case Zodiac, all they had to do was kind of shoot fish in a barrel. But that being said, this is going to be a different level, I think. I think Toxic will kind of realize the positioning is, and because they've been doing it throughout this event so far. They've already won against Top Gun. They've won against Nemesis, and now they're just trying to put take out take out Zodiac. So we'll see how well they do. There's Dumbo there for Zodiac, getting in their players. Zodiac obviously having a tremendous start right there, and as I said before, the positioning was great. That's where I was expecting a lot of teams to head over first, especially with that new zone. As you saw, the new zone from the very beginning was showing you where you needed to be, and that's why in all weapons that's so important, because usually when you start in scrim, it doesn't really matter. You know, you can loot for a long time, you can even stay in the blue zone for a bit, it doesn't really matter. But this time around it does, because that blue zone will start hurting early, and it will start moving fast. So you don't want to be stuck in the blue zone, even though you know there's only one other team, right? No, the other team's thinking just as fast as you are. You need to get into positions, rotate into the right position. If you don't do that from the get-go, you're going to be in trouble. You don't want to be a team who's already starting at a disadvantage just because of your position in the beginning of the game. So I think Toxic will learn from that. I think Zodiac has a nice thought process on that, and let's see what these teams will do next time around. Naked Guy, thank you for the sticker. Smiles all around. I like it. Smiles kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie though. Kind of reminds me of the Joker. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. They're not even evened. It's like he's a little nuts. He's like, yeah, I'm here and I'm gonna F you up. That's what I'm thinking. I'm looking at that smile and I'm a bit scared. Alright, whatever. Anyway, the case is the case. Looks like Toxic's waiting for one more. They ran with 4 players the entire time. I'm not sure where this 4th is coming in. Once we get that 4th, I think we'll be good. I don't think they're going to run with 3 unless they message us saying that. But other than that, we'll get things going. I'm going to take a look at Discord and make sure. And if they have said that, then we can message Sam, because he's room master, and let him know to start. They haven't mentioned anything, so I think that'll be good. And I think Toxic's just trying to get their remaining player in. It was Linu, Aaron, and Prada. I forgot who was the other one. I'm trying to think of that person. This is a really good team, by the way. I haven't seen much of Fear the Toxic, if at all. I don't think I've seen them at all, actually. So I'm really happy to see them in here. Zodiac we've seen before. And they have, as I said, done really well. And obviously, Fear the Toxic has been giving them a run for their money. So, oh, don't do that. Make sure to stay in your room. There we go. If she started and you are not in your room, that would have been a major problem. So, luckily, we're good to go. I hope you guys were going to enjoy this. And I think I'm all set. I don't think I have any issues. Hopefully not. Guy says, hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias, y tú? Yeah, that's what I learned in Spanish class a while ago. And I also know ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Where is the library? I do know some off-choice words, but not really a lot. So if you start talking to me in Spanish, I actually read better than I hear, so I might be able to understand. Stalbert, this is an interesting place. Not a lot of places to go. Pretty much the middle. You can try to go to those other houses at the edges, but as a team, you're not going to get looted up, so you really need to be one of those first ones. That's why positioning is so important, especially in this one. There's no automatic loot in the process. I think they saw Zodiac on the left there, dropping to the left side, so they're going to move more to the right. There is, like, even though these logs don't appear to have a lot of loot, they actually do. So the more they move in over there, the more loot they'll have. So let's take a look over here. It looks like this is yeah, this is a different team. So yeah, I was wondering if Lou was where. Oh, team 1. Oh, you kidding me? Pushing already, getting a hit on another, but Summer getting hit back. Nice job with Prada defending a teammate there. Summer was able to put some damage, but more damage was put on you, and it does seem like Team 1 is now trying to make their way over. They just finished their looting process and trying to help out Summer now. That being said, you can see all of Team 2, they did not get much loot from that. So even though they know a team is close by, obviously, they need to still loot up. And you can see they're being very careful. They're kind of looking back and making sure that they're not going to be taken out. Staying moving while they're looting. That is key. Move and loot. Now Team 2, Prada. It's an interesting position. Let's take a look at what you're looking at. No helmet. Rough start there. Definitely want a helmet. Defense is so important in this scenario. You don't need the ammo necessarily. The guns are very important. As long as you have an auto, it looks like you have an Uzi. That's a good one to start with, I think. A VSS, I think that's pretty good in this scenario, actually. A lot of open space. You can shoot from a little bit of a long distance. I think that VSS will come in handy for sure. Team 1 has been stopped. They've been moved to this part of the ruins. And they haven't been able to make some leeway here as well. Summer looks like he's making more of a push than anybody. But right now you see Elvis. Let's take a look at what you're looking at. Just trying to look all the way around. You see Aaron on Toxic there, right in front of him on the rock. And I'm wondering if they know where he is, or she is. They probably do because she was already taking VSS shots. I know usually you can't hear the VSS from these distances, but I think they know for the most part. Aaron's still staying in the same place. Might not be a bad place to be, actually. You can get a good look on everybody. It's a high-end view. And, oh, she's moving. If she moves, and Elvis might get an eye. Oh, no. Elvis, do you see? No. Elvis didn't take a look. And it looks like they're going to get away with that. Let's head over to the main groups here. We got Summer getting knocked. And doesn't look like anybody's going to get the revival anytime soon. Actually, Dumbo might. Let's take a look here. What else do we have? Nice job getting a thirst there and getting Elvis down. Now Dumbo is the only one left, and they're making a huge push on Dumbo right now. Getting hit on the sides everywhere you go. Dumbo has pillars and does get a nice shotgun hit. Trying to hide behind it, but no, that won't work, and gets taken out. Way to go, Toxic. So they get one from Prada, one from Aaron, and two from Alice. And yeah, Zodiac could not get one single kill out of that. They did. I think they got some knocks in the process, but that is not good enough. As we know, you have to get those kills, and Toxic just really went all out. So now it's one win for each team, and it will be determined on the last match here. So be ready for it, guys. One more match will determine it all between these two, and we're going to move back to the room or back to the lobby until we get that room information out. Sam will open up the room again. And I love the... Oh, Celeste, you already have it open. Nice. That is the speed I'm looking for. I'm not fast when it comes to opening up rooms. That's why I usually don't do it. But, I mean, I have to do it in scenarios, but that was really fast. Way to go. All right. So again, we got match number 3. In stage number 3. Final match out of everything. And I'm ready. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. Let me know how you guys are feeling. All right. So as you can see, Toxic's in the room. We're just going to be waiting. Excuse me. One more person from Toxic. And then we also have the whole 4 group there for the opponents. And we'll see how that works out. So Zodiac obviously doing really well in the first match, getting in position. It just seemed like on the second match, they couldn't find the right position they wanted to be in. It really was like a face-to-face you know, who was going to make the first mistake, because no one really had to move anywhere. The zone wasn't pushing anyone away, I don't think, at that point. It was just a matter of who was going to peek their heads out, who was going to get the first knock. Once you get that first knock, it would be very difficult to get back into it unless you were able to quickly exchange knocks there. But usually that, you know, these pro teams understand that that usually doesn't happen. So that being said, it looks like Zodiac got knocked first with Summer going down. Toxic was able to capitalize on that. And then kind of have their whole team kind of surround the opponent, especially near the end there where we saw, I believe, who was it? Was it Clown at the end? No, I don't think it was. It could have been Clown at the end. Someone with a shotgun, with the, I think it was the S12K, or maybe a bolt or a pump action. That being said, I mean, when you're stuck with a shotgun, that's not really great. They did get a knock though on an opponent on Toxic with that shotgun, so it came in handy. But lost a lot of health in the process. This Toxic had 2 other players ready to go, ready to roll. And the rest is history. So Toxic takes a win. Zodiac took a win earlier. And now it's going to be one more game between the two. After this, we're going to have, I believe, an open custom room. So if you want to join in on that, feel free. This will be open to everybody. You don't need to register to compete in this. We'll post, I think, what we're doing. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to say that we are, but we aren't. But generally speaking, what we usually do is open up a room and have all the teams compete, or anybody compete, because we're going to be posting the room information on the chat. So stay heads up. If you want to stick around to see if we're going to do that, hopefully you guys do. I would really appreciate it. And definitely stick around for the action. Let me know who you think is going to win this, because whoever wins here will not only win more Omelette Arcade tokens, but they will also be moving on to the next championship rounds, where they will have a chance to win not just the more Omelette Arcade tokens, but they'll also get a chance to win the Omelette Arcade sweatshirts and the $100. So that's going to be the case. We're going to have 4 teams competing in the championship rounds. We've already had 2 champions under our belts. This will determine the 3rd, and then we have a 4th week. I've said this before. If you have been watching, if you haven't, that's fine. But again, you can register to compete in this event and win all those things I just mentioned. You have to go to our Discord, which is in my profile on Omlet and on Twitch. Once you hit that link on my profile, that Discord link, you go over to registration. Week 4 registration. From there, it's pretty simple, but if you have any questions in general on Discord, hit us up, because that is our bread and butter area. That's where we will help you out the most. And it does seem like we got all of our players ready to go, and I love it. Let's go, baby. One more match determining it all for you guys today. So, again, I would like to know who you guys think is going to win. Oh, that is some hair. I don't think I've ever seen anybody with that hair. You just let that thing grow. It's like, I don't know. It's like Ronald McDonald had a baby that didn't get bald spots yet. And it is gorgeous. It is just beautiful. Alright. So we got Zarky. Interesting. Zarky, obviously not a place where a lot of teams like to go. But it is usually a safe place in major scrims to go to. So if you want to loot in peace, this might be the place you'd go. And I can say go one more time just to say go, but I won't say go anymore. So it looks like one team stays on the top, and Zodiac stays at the south or the north side, but under them. And I think Zodiac will have some good loot here in the process. I don't think Team 2 will have great loot being up there. There's not many houses, as you can see. Looks like Alice has made her way down, but away from her team, that's for sure. And that could be a dangerous place to be. Luckily, I think Team 1 is kind of spread out still, trying to loot in the areas, so they're not really paying attention to Alice at this point, and they won't really go for the kills now. She only has a handgun. So regardless of what their position is now, eventually they will have guns. Eventually they will push this area because they hear footsteps. And I don't know what she's going to do. She's probably going to keep moving east in order to get away from Team 1, but I don't know. Maybe head back to Team 2 as well to stay close to the teammates. So Zodiac is Team 1, guys, who's over here in blue. And Toxic is a green team on the minimap. And each, as I said before, need this win. This is a must win for both. One more win for each team will determine which one moves on. Team that loses will just go home with some Omlet Arcade tokens. Not too shabby, but not having a chance to get all those grand prizes will be sufferable. So let's take a look here at Toxic. Looks like Prada took a few hits, but is able to heal. Team 1, generally speaking, we haven't seen much movement between these teams. It does seem like Zodiac was able to loot a lot of houses, so that might be an upper hand that they will take for sure. The problem, oh, drops down. I lost a lot of health. Hopefully Erin can heal herself up without getting hit from any angle. Clown, interesting move. This is a hell of a flank, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it too. Clown going all the way to left. I think teammates possibly are following suit. Actually, not really, but this is going to be interesting. I think Clown is the one to keep an eye on, even though there's some action over there. I might just switch over, keep an eye on this side on the mini-map, though. That being said, we'll take a look at Elvis, because I think Elvis is kind of getting into it. Team 1, oh, this is interesting. Team 2 is now kind of in between all of Team 1. Team 1's kind of surrounding, separated. No one's really close by to each other on Zodiac's side. Meanwhile, the complete opposite is happening on Fear the Toxic. They are all staying really close together and not really budging. The zone isn't going to hurt anyone's chances right now. It seems like everyone can get in without any issues. So no one's going to be barricaded to one end. No one's going to have blue zone bodyguarded. So we'll see what happens though. Zodiac, Summer, interesting spot. Nice pink robe. I love it. Maybe shooting to the right. Possibly we'll see Linu. Erin on the second floor. Peek just for a second. I'm wondering if Summer can get a shot there as well. See what Summer's doing. Yeah, just trying to get behind her, see what she's trying to figure out. Yeah, all these members here on Team 2, all of them inside the 2-story building. Grenades would be great to put in there. If you can get your arm to throw that far, certainly would help. We have one member, ooh, interesting spot with Prada. And as you can see, Clown. I don't know if Clown can see that. I think Clown sees, ooh. This could be, I don't know who this would be bad on. Does Clown see her? I think Clown, yeah, Clown sees it. Nice. So if he can, oh no, that's a bit dangerous. Is this the move? Is this the move? The make or break. If Clown gets a knock on Prada, Team 1 will have the advantage not only being up here, but also being able to obviously get a 4v3 situation. Now if Prada gets a knock on Clown though, then that would certainly hurt their chances. So I think this, between these two, unless something happens down there from now on, it seems to be a little bit of stalemate right now, actually. Oh, are you trying to get a grenade out? Oh my. Nope, hold it back. I thought you were able to get it. Maybe he just knows he can't throw that far. I think he was trying to, but it wasn't going to be, I guess. Clown, what's your move, man? You had this nice spot. If you can peek around that car, I think it would be very good. But he's not going to try that yet. He's still in TPP, so he knows where he is, or she is. Let's see what Prada's doing. Prada sees. And Prada goes down. Prada tried to peek around, but no siree. Prada's now trying to avoid any finishes. But no, you're not going to get away that easily. And now Zodiac has all the advantage, having 4v3. And knocked is Alice. Summer's knocked. Now Toxic was able to get that one on Summer. That's a huge one. But no. Not getting a hit there either. They're going to try to TPP this. Prevent them from coming up the stairs now. But grenades, if they throw a bunch of grenades up here, as you can hear, they got to move around, get away. They circle around all the way around. Like, oh no. They don't know where the grenades are coming in. And they get a hit. Oh no. Another grenade thrown in. Beautiful spot. She's got to move and moves away just in time, it seems. They're not really cooking that one. and they might come in anytime now. And there they go. Uzi is probably the best weapon, but too many people in the house. Way to finish it up, Zodiac. They are happy. They're going to be moving on to the championship. They are making a ton of noise. That's certainly hindering my ability to hear you guys. But again, Zodiac, nice stun, getting the wins. Toxic with 0 kills, but definitely putting on a show for us, getting a ton of wins against some different opponents. So we don't hear all that. Congrats to Zodiac. And well played. They're going to be moving on. And so all those teams that won, pretty much all the teams that we've seen today, because we had Nemesis move on without by default, pretty much. All the teams that we've seen on my stream, in particular, will get Omlet Arcade tokens. And all we have to say is that Zodiac will be moving on to the championship round, where they'll not only have a chance to win even more Omlet Arcade tokens, but to win sweatshirts from Omlet Arcade and cash sponsored by Omlet Arcade. So, if you guys are excited for that, definitely be excited for next week as well, Thursday. Let me also make sure that if we're going to have an open custom room, because I do want to make sure. I'm going to take a look at the Discord and all that, see what we're going to try to do. Let me see. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't see anything quite yet. But I think we're going to cut it. It was great, guys. You guys did a really good job. We saw a lot of good action. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, you can register for these events next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. is when it starts. We have some registration that's still open, as I said. And I think there's some team slots to be starters. We have a lot of teams that have already competed that want to play again, in which case they will have a chance, if no one else registers, pretty much to try to get another chance to win. But if you guys want to register, you guys will have first slicks and get in. So make sure to do that soon, because those slots are going to be taken up pretty soon. This is going to be a whole new week. Teams haven't realized that they can compete, and they will. So make sure to do that as soon as possible. You can do it right now, so you don't have to figure it out later. That being said, thank you to all the teams that competed. Thank you to, I'm trying to name as much as I can. I only saw a few. So Nemesis, thank you to Fear the Toxic, obviously. Thank you to, geez, I'm blanking. I'm trying to rest them all. Zodiac. Those are the 3 I actually saw. But there's a few other teams there as well that competed. I didn't get to see them, but others did on the stream. So I hope you guys enjoyed, regardless of which one you were watching. Thank you to all the people who are watching as well. So obviously we do this for you guys. Want you guys to enjoy yourselves, enjoy the stream, and hopefully maybe you guys can play with us. We'd love that. On Naked Discord, as I said before, on our channel. Not only can you register, you can apply to become a Naked member, whether it's a staff member, a comp player, a casual player. We have spots for all of that. If you want to promote your content, regardless of whether you're actually a part of Naked, you can do that there on the channel as well. We have a huge PUBG mobile audience that we really appreciate. The community is great. So if you want to be a part of that, talking to them, trying to promote yourself in there, go for it. Feel free. We have channels for it all. Just make sure you follow the rules and you're good to go, man. So that being said, we're going to reach out to all the teams that competed, that will be winning Omlet Arcade tokens, so we can let them know what they've won, and definitely let me know what your Omlet Arcade IDs are. If you're watching, you guys have played, send me your Omlet IDs so I can send that to Omlet Arcade, and you guys can get your tokens. That's the way it works. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to try to reach out to you guys and get it done. Appreciate that, guys. Everybody, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night. It is 10:27. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the night. I probably will just start playing some PUBG. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Have a great rest of your night, as I said, and take care.